dun 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 dun. There we go. All right, people, call me Birch. Yeah, I like that. I don't really know what I'm gonna call this channel yet, so we'll do Birch for now. I think of something cool and update you later. Regardless, this channel is gonna be my fitness journey. Yeah, I don't know. I might do something else. No, I'd just start another channel probably. Yeah, that makes more sense. Regardless, let's get into the shit. All right, a little backstory maybe might be helpful. I've been working out inconsistently, roughly since 10th grade, I suppose. Yeah, 10th grade. I guess you could say earlier, but I don't think I actually cared about it until 10th grade. Um, yeah, that tracks. That tracks. I had to think back for a second. A lot of substances abused since then. Yeah, good times. Good times. That'll actually play into the inconsistency. But basically, like when I say inconsistent, I mean a year on, half a year off, half a year on, year off. Can I do a year off after a year off? I don't know. 2 years off, year on, stuff like that. Never like a full year off, but like you kind of get the point of what I'm going at. This time around though, I've been working out, and I guess two. Oh, no. Before we go into that, the inconsistencies I think came just from honestly drinking, smoking. Like I probably not the best for a 19 to early 20-year-old to honestly be smoking and working out. I think if you have good discipline and you're very focused, these are substances that you might be able to use and have a successful early adulthood. But for most people, I think they're actually rather trash. And just man up and take care of the shit you need to take care of, essentially. And that's all I have to say about that. But that was my downfall almost every time. So yeah, this time around though, I've been working out roughly 7-8 months, and what can I say? I mean, for the most part, it's been good. I've done roughly everything. I've done push pull, push pull legs. I've done individual body parts. I've done, I think I did everything. Yeah, I forget what that's called. Oh goodness, everything. Just full body split. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. But for the most part, like besides switching around all that, switching between strength and bodybuilding, gosh dang, dude, between high weight and low weight and high reps, low reps, between switching around all that stuff, I've basically just been main gaining the whole time. Like I've never really messed with calories until recently, but for the most part, I've stayed healthy. A few bad weeks here and there, but nothing too sus. Nothing too sus indeed. I would say though the last 2 months, starting out September, I definitely started falling off a little bit. Started like usually when I would start just smoking again or drinking. I don't drink. I don't drink. I drink with buddies. I'm a social drinker. But essentially when I would start smoking heavily again, I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's double down on this shit and figure out what's not right. So started doing some blood work at the end of October. Found out I am very healthy actually, which was a shock. That was a shock. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I was bad. I didn't think I was dying, but I'm blood level wise, like I'm pretty damn solid. So that was cool and stress free. Boy howdy, bro. My stress levels are non-existent. Like you would, which might be bad. I mean, I think stress is good. Like stress is a good thing for people. That's what drives you to change and like not seek comfort. Stress is often really good. So maybe that is a problem in my life. But that wasn't really the big thing. The big thing was like when I got my test levels done and I found out, I was like, oh yeah, that is not the spitting image of success. I have a 300 test level, 304 if I'm being exact, but like shoot me on the 4. Like that's bad. If you don't know, test levels operate 300 to 900, and you want to be, I guess it's not obvious, you want to be towards 900. That's that athlete stuff. That's where you want to be as a man. As a woman, obviously, you want to be way below all those numbers. Um, but yeah, no, I am shit, and it's actually different. If you go look now, you're probably gonna see something like 250 to 850 is like the levels. But I think that's myself. I think that's bullshit. I think that's a modern thing because everyone from Gen Z, probably even millennials, to Gen Z and past us, everyone's test levels are basically shit nowadays. If you haven't seen the studies pop up across the internet where it's like, oh, modern 20-year-olds have worse test levels than 60-year-olds, and it's like I'm assuming you've seen stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just me, but that is a thing that's happening nowadays. So low test levels are a thing across America, and it's probably due to all the processed food, all the low quality shit we're eating in our diets nowadays. And I mean, if you think about it, that makes total sense. You could probably argue that like people just working like office jobs too, you know, versus back in the day, you had to work in the mines, had to get your hands dirty, chop down trees, like build America, manufacturing, all this stuff that we just kind of like, whoop, sent all that over to China and Mexico, and we're gonna be an entertainment economy now. And since then, I think everything's kind of, America's where it's at now. Do with that what you will. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. Probably gonna stay that way. But yeah, where was I at? Oh yeah. Um, Before I go into a political rant, I'm actually not political at all, but basically, to taking my test levels back into account, I could probably take into account that like processing food, taking that into account. October for me was a cheat month, like through the roof. Not that I was eating like terrible, like I was eating a good meal or two every day. But when you eat a good meal or two every day and then follow those meals up with a bag of Takis, and I'm not like a lunchbox size bag of Takis. I'm talking the family bag of Takis. I'm 6'5" and 280 right now for comparison. Like, I'm a big boy. I can put some shit down. All right. So, I not the healthiest in October. And then, throw Halloween candy in account. Actually, not that bad this year because I don't know if y'all noticed, candy is expensive, dude. And I don't remember it being that expensive because I've been buying candy since high school myself. I don't know what it was like when my mom was buying it for me when I was a kid, but I do know that I don't remember it being like $30 for like 100 count bag of candy. And that's the world we live in now. So not a lot of candy in October, but I did have a lot of processed food. So take that into account. You could also take into account that I got my blood drawn at like 3 p.m. And if you don't know, men test levels drop throughout the day. So usually you want to get that stuff done in the morning, like right when you wake up. That's the best time. But I did not do that. So I don't know, like maybe top end I could be like 500, maybe higher. I doubt it, but who knows? I don't know. This kind of segues into where we're at now, which is I got on test, or TRT technically. I'm only doing 250 milligrams a week, so nothing crazy. Definitely within a respectable TRT range. Maybe a little bit higher. I think when I looked it up, TRT is roughly like usually 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams, so I might even be a little bit higher. And then some people, they do like 500 because I think that's the bar where like if you go over that, you start getting diminishing returns really quickly unless you throw in other stuff to block the diminishing returns. So you gotta kind of have to start playing science experiment on your body. That's not where most people want to be. Regardless, I'm on baby dosage, so we're fine. That being said, with going on TRT, I was kind of like, hey, this is a interesting predicament. So I was like, you know what, let's throw some enhancing in there. So I am on Anavar now. That's probably not even wild to hear nowadays. I mean, you got 17-year-olds taking Trin, so like, I'm honestly like, I I just threw a multivitamin in my diet compared to what some of these people are doing. Like, I mean, I don't even know why it's frowned upon, honestly. Like, you can change your gender in 2023, and I know, like, you can change your, like, I can say whatever I want to be, but, like, I can go become a woman, but it's looked down upon if I take steroids, if you get where I'm going with that. So, that's all I'm going to touch on with that. But, you know, I'm taking Anavar 50 milligrams orally daily. Also, not an absurd amount. How I'm doing everything, I haven't actually seen how people. No, can't really do that. I know a dude who works in a pharmacy. He's also a bodybuilder and a coach. So, since I work in IT, I have a lot of free time on my hands. I can take the gym seriously right now in my life. I don't have a lot going on, so I was like, hey, you know what? Let's double down on this for a while. Try this lifestyle out for a bit. So I will be, essentially doing this whole gym stuff a lot more heavily than I was before. And like, I guess to start, I am being thrown on a cut, which I did not want. Of all the months to be on a cut for Thanksgiving and Christmas, who in their right mind would do that? But it makes sense. I mean, I'm probably 30 pounds overweight right now. So, if I didn't cut right now, I'd have to cut in January. And if I was allowed to bulk right now, I could easily throw another 10 to 20 pounds. Nah, 20 would be rough. I could easily throw another 10 pounds on, and then I would have to cut like 30 to 40 pounds in January, which would suck. That's a really aggressive cut. And I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just, cut all the weight off now, and then when January comes around, then I can bulk and do a small bulk on then, and then have enough time to come off for summer and do the whole summer body stuff, if So yeah, I think that's essentially most of it. So guess real quick, I will cover my calories. So I already said 6'5", 280 right now. Technically, when I started, this is the weird stuff with steroids. When I started, I was actually down to 272, I think. Right now, I'm at 280. And it could be because every week since I started Test and Anavar, I definitely feel stronger. I'm on week 3. And that might be a little more placebo. I might have just started working out harder because I have incentive now. But I did throw some weight on while also being in a deficit. The week before I started, I was eating 2,600 calories was that week. The week I got my first shot, I was on 2,500, and then second week I went to 2,400. Third week, this week, I will be on 2,400 as well. Next week, I will probably be on 2,400 as well. And I'm essentially just trying to draw out the time my body can burn fat at these percentages before I go lower. Basically, once I plateau and I only lose half a pound, like I'm basically averaging. So weigh myself every morning, after a bathroom, no water. I try to stop drinking water at 10 every night. And then, that way every morning when I weigh myself, it's consistent. And then I average all that out at the end of the week, and then take that number, and if it's a pound or 2 pounds lower than the previous week's number, fantastic. If it's 1 pound or the same, that's when I will drop 100 to 200 calories. So I'll probably be 2,400 calories until the first week of December, when I'm going to visit family in North Carolina, and I am on that schedule. So at that point, I'll probably be on 2,200. But for now, we're chilling on this. I guess before I let you guys go and we get into the rest of this shit, talk about my supplements. Most of this stuff I would take anyways, and I use a NutriCost for everything. I'll throw a picture of my stack up on the screen right now. It's to the left of me, so if I look over there, that's what I'm looking at. The only thing I threw in was Tudka for liver support. I don't notice it. I don't know if it's doing nothing, but it's like any supplement you take. Actually, some of them I do notice, but I don't notice it at all. But it's better to be safe than sorry. And Anavar is such a light one that I doubt it would ever. I probably don't even need to take Tudka, and I would be fine. But I figured I'm getting on it, might as well take it. Yeah, why not? I mean, enough with Tutka. After that, we got multivitamin. Really, the only I look for in that is iron and a few other key nutrients. Um, but for the most part, I will individually pick supplements that I want to take if I don't like what's in the multivitamin, which we'll get into in a second. Then I have L-tryptophan and L-theanine, which I think are serotonin supporters, which help sleep. Might be wrong. I'll pop that up on the screen if I am. But essentially, I take them for sleep support. I take everything all at once, but I mean, I'm sure they also help throughout the day with just calmness. I know L-theanine is supposed to be a calming supplement, so there is that. And then also vitamin B complex, fantastic vitamin, helps with energy, skin, stuff of that nature. So might as well take that individually and know that you're getting good absorption or good ingredients that can be absorbed better. And then after that, these are the only two things that aren't NutriCost. I'm taking Dr. Berg, vitamin D3 and K2, specifically because I think this has vitamin K2 from Mark MK-7. I did a lot of research on this a while back, and I think that was the one that I was like, that is the best absorbing one. You can do all that yourself, but at least if you're going to do one supplement from this, besides the electrolyte powder we'll talk about in a second, definitely do this stuff. Yeah, I noticed this shit in my body. I do notice that one. And then getting into the next one, and I will show you this one as well, this electrolyte powder. Buy those two. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by them. Those are fantastic. Vitamin D3, K2, you will notice. And then electrolyte powder, you will notice that as well. And like another thing with this is the magnesium and potassium is the main reason I'm using it. And this is using magnesium citrate, which your body is very good at absorbing and using versus other magnesiums, which are dog shit. And the body does not know what to do with them whatsoever, so it just pisses them out. And that's what, like, I guess, if I can say anything about your supplements, make sure you're taking good stuff, because a lot of the times if you're just getting cheap shit from Walmart, your body might not even be using it. You'd think you're using it, but like it's just all getting pissed out. And most of that's probably getting pissed out anyways, but I want to make sure it's getting absorbed and used at least. So, yeah, I mean, I think that essentially covers it. Working out. I'm pretty easy going. For this routine, and the thing that works for me the most is kind of splitting up my days. So Monday, leg day. I like starting the week off strong. After that, Tuesday, it's a walking day. I'd like it to be a hiking day, but Texas, you know how it is. Shit is horizontal across until you get big. It's flat. So I walk for roughly 30 minutes to 2 hours, just depends. Wednesday, that's going to be a push day, so I'll probably do incline, side delts, triceps, stuff like that. Thursday, walking again, 30 minutes to 2 hours. Friday, I would do pull because I want to work out back. I also work out rear delts on back day. I like that combo really, really, really well. I've been doing that for a long time. And then I'll also work out forearms because it's the end of the week. So I'm not going to be Saturday. I'm going to be walking again. If I do anything, or I'm not working around the land or something, I'll be doing that. So I can really tire my forearms out Friday and know that I don't need to do anything until Monday working out wise. So I like back for Friday. Just it all goes together well. And yeah, that's essentially it. So yeah. I'll leave you on that, people. If you have anything else, I'll be sure to throw it in. Yeah. I got nothing. All right.